Hey guys, welcome to the new episode of 9mm Tactical, and today I'm so excited because the P320 slide that I ordered from FDEX WERX just got delivered. I'm so excited and I can't wait to open it. And so today's video is about open boxing this bad boy and try to fit it to either a subcompact or a carry grip, and then compare the size and everything, and then maybe I'll follow up with a shooting video. But let's get started. So first thing first, get this guy out of the way, safety check, right? And this is the empty grip, this is empty gun, this is empty, and these are all empty because I have only one FCU, and which is in here. So safety check on this guy. So empty, right? So this is my X5 where the FCU lives. So we will remove the FCU from here later on. So move these guys out of the way so that we can do some installation and comparison later on. This guy, FDEX WERX. Open it up. Oops, the other way. Hey, Walter, what are you doing here? This is a sick party. No, don't leave, because I like you. You can stay. Now you're done. Alright, let's see. So as I open it, I want to say that FDEX WERX has recently been really active on producing slides for P320. Well, first for P365 and recently for P320 with integrated compensator. So, and as far as I know, they are probably the first and the only company that does something like this, right, with the integrated compensator for P320. And to me, it's a smart and brilliant move because you have that for P365, and why not for P320, right? And from what I see online, Facebook or IG, people are asking, and I think the way they timely deliver this is just spectacular. Good job, FDEX WERX. So yeah, so here it is, exactly what I anticipated. I believe this is a co-witness height sights. So let's compare it with my this is a SIG Pro Cut slide, which is for 3.6 inch slide. I think people call it either subcompact or X compact, whatever. So 3.6. So side by side, I think this one you can see is a regular sight. It's not high. This is high, so for a co-witness, it's fine. Me personally, I don't really like co-witness because I think it's distracting. But I'm not a pro. I'm just a amateur, and I'm sure people love co-witness for a ton of different reasons. So anyhow, let's see the size. How about let's just remove the barrel and the recoil. So by the way, I have the recoil spring from DPM system for all of my guns pretty much. So let's compare it with the 3.6. Yeah, so you can see the size difference, the length difference, basically. Yeah. Let's give it a try. Let's try to put it on and see where the barrel lives, because for the subcompact, you can see the barrel is flush fit at the end of the slide, and let's see where it is for this guy. So for this guy, it's designed for 3.6 barrel, and they don't recommend you to put any, the 3.9 inch carry or any threaded barrel in it at all for apparent reasons. And so from this side, you can see where the Can you see it clearly? Yeah, like this way. It stays flush right up below the cut edge here. So which means all the gas, after it exits the barrel, immediately it will be redirected to the front as well as the as well as up, right? So that looks pretty good. And fitting wise, this is pretty good. By the way, this is a as you can see, all the dimples. This is from Zev. I ordered, and the you know, logo as well. This is from Zev. So fitting wise, pretty good. A typical P320 kind of a filling, a fit filling. And now let's see whether the DPM system recoil spring, whether the 3.6 version fits. I think it does. Yeah. And I do not think you should use a carry version of the recoil spring, but correct me if I'm wrong. How about we just try it? So let's put this one away and get the recoil spring from my carry version. By the way, this is the Norsol build that you can also see from my previous video. So this is the carry version. This is the compact version. You can see it's apparently much longer, and let's see whether we can fit that in. I think it's a, you don't even need to try. It's apparently way too long, and you can still fit it, but I'm sure there will be problems cycling back because it just doesn't feel right. But you know what, I may be just wrong. So maybe on the FDEZ website, the product description, I think they mentioned that this is meant for 3.6 barrel and the DPM system recoil spring, but I don't think they explicitly mention like which version of the DPM system you should recoil spring you should buy. So yeah, well, I guess we can confirm the cycling and everything while we shoot it. So one weird thing is, you can see this part isn't exactly like any let me take this one. It isn't exactly like the Pro Cut slide for 3.6, where the DPM system spring will just you know, flush fit, and you know it's sitting all the way and sitting very properly. And for the FDEZ one, I would say it's a little bit odd, a little bit oddly feeling. So which is why I was hesitant a little bit how it should sit. You can see here it's not a flush fit. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's just by design. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I don't know. But so far so good, right? And oh yes, of course, all the internal parts are not provided, and we need to install that if we want to have a perfect fitting. But for now, let's put this one apart and then move the FCU into the let's first start with the 3.6, right? Move the FCU over there, of course with the thumb rest as well, and see how well it fits. So this FCU and everything. So let's start with my subcompact 3.6, right? No shaking, please. Oh, of course it has its own go. There we go. Now that is done, and if we just can we try to fit it without all the internal parts of the slide installed? Maybe not. It's missing things. Okay. Let's remove it then. Do I have tools? Alrighty, I'm back. So yeah, as you can see, this is a a backplate, or the rear backplate from Terran Design that I ordered. It just has a little bit pattern and style, which I like, because the factory one is really boring. And let's remove this. Oh yes, extractor as well. Install it here. Sorry guys, I haven't oiled the slider at all because this is a fresh open box, but I'll do that later. Install these guys in. Super easy. There we go. Yeah, fit perfectly. Already, time to install onto the compact. Ta-da! Let's see. Oh yeah, it looks actually pretty good. It's not as flush fit, but just a little bit extruding the front. But I would say this looks good, and I bet while shooting it, you will feel better than a non-compensated one. Of course, people can argue, you know, whether for 9mm, whether the compensator works at all, whether, you know, you should not rely on it, yada 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 yada. So they all have a good points, you know. I would say I totally agree that you should not rely on any kind of compensation to shoot, right? To achieve your maximum performance or shoot well, aim well, have that good, you know, shooting results. You should not rely on this, but you know, for the sake of, let's say, you know, if it's a carry gun, for the sake of better or the quicker full-up shot or whatever, for self-defense scenario, or if you just want to have fun at range, you know, why not? You know, because to me personally, I want to experience different things. I don't want to settle with, oh, this thing doesn't quite work, or it's not worth the money, or blah blah, all those kind of things, therefore I would not even try it. I would not even buy it or whatever. No, to me it's all about experience, because life is short, you know. So whatever is available out there, I want to try and I want to experience it. Especially now I have almost identical build, right? The only difference is the integrated compensator. I want to shoot it side by side and really show you guys the video and tell you my experience, okay, whether the compensator works. To me, all my not all, but most of my other guns, they have compensator. I would say compensator works, okay. And it's just I couldn't tell whether it's the added weight of the compensator itself that, you know, makes the recoil easier, or it's actually the you know, redirected gas. But with this one, I can definitely, I don't know, it's still added weight at the front, right? So anyhow, I believe compensator works. It's up to you to decide whether it's worth it, or, you know, whether you want to own one or whatever, right? To me, it's mostly for fun and experiencing different things, even though sometimes you may say, hey, it's just for look, or it's just a what's the word, yeah, you know what I mean. So how does it feel, right? Of course, oh yeah, hey, check it out, it's extended mag release from Terran Design. From the weight balance perspective, this is definitely heavier. at the head compared to my 3.6 compact. That is expected, but you know, I don't mind. I don't mind carrying this at all. The other kind of a question I've been having before I own this or own any integrated compensator like this is how does the compensating effect, how is it compared to a real compensator like this, right? Because for a real compensator or extended compensator, you can see the compensator is tightly screwed on to the barrel, and there's no opening or whatever, and all the gas will go into the compensator and then come out, right? So my question has been, for this guy, there is definitely opening, right, between the slide and the barrel, and after the gas come out, would you have that as much air pressure out of the integrated compensator or the port to help you control the recoil as effectively as the traditional compensator, right? But by looking at it, you can see it's actually pretty tight, and there is not much opening in between, and also since it's flush fit, pretty much all the gas will be coming from here all the way, right? So from that perspective, even if due to the air pressure or whatever, there's a certain amount of gas blowing back to the slide through the opening, I don't think there will be much, right? Because you have such a huge opening here, such a huge opening here. I think that's negligible. That's just purely by looking at it, right? We'll have more idea while we shoot it. So it's not like that. It's not like, oh, it's so loosely fitted, and then half of the gas will be going backward and make your slide dirtier and not be able to have enough gas blowing upward. I don't think that will happen, but I do anticipate the internal of the slide to be dirtier than non-compensated one. Again, we'll try. Experiment will tell you everything, right? So this is that. Pretty, yeah. Pretty solid. I like it. Now let's try it on a carry version, shall we? Yes. Oh, come on. Oh yes, so just want to kind of redo it properly. What I found is when you remove this slide, I think again it's because of the breaking in and oiling and those kind of things. Yeah, when you remove it, you do everything, and then you let it forward, and then you pull the trigger, and you hope this thing to come off. It doesn't. You actually need to pull the slide back a little bit, and then pull the trigger, and then release something inside, and then it will be fully released like this. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's not exactly the same experience, but I think it will be okay. Yeah, anyway, I got it off. I'll see whether it's easier to install the slide after I oil it. Anyhow, let's focus. This is a carry, let me see. This is an Icarus grip module that I have. The reason why I'm kind of hesitating is it doesn't have the mag release button, but you know what, it's probably fine. Let's just do it without the mag release button. Shouldn't matter, because I just want to show you guys the sizing and everything. Yeah, let's go. I think while installing it, it's this part of the FCU, I don't know what you call it, right? I think it's rubbing and blocking the slide a little bit. So, which is why I think it just needs a little bit break-in and oiling. There we go. Okay, now on a carry size, it works. It looks even better. It's flush fit here and just a slightly, I would say, what do you call it, about 0.2 inch extended out. I would say it's almost flush fit and it looks so good. All right. And I would say, yeah, from appearance perspective, it looks even better than the 3.6 compact. Oh boy, do I love it. Let's compare it kind of side by side with my Norsol build carry, which is the same size of the grip. So now the difference is only you know what? This fitting, the carry version of the spring is also, it also seems really long on a carry. So I don't know. It's an open question. So FDEZ probably just let me know which size of the recoil spring we should use. So after giving some thinking about, you know, what should decide which recoil spring to use, the 3.9 or the 3.6, I think it should depend on the distance, right, from where the recoil spring starts till where it ends, right? So if it's more of a 3.6 compact, subcompact, then you should use this one, the 3.6 one. Then if it's actually more of a typical 3.9 carry, then you should use the carry version. So now if we compare side by side, this side is, you know, flush fit, and then all we need to check is where the starting point on the 3.6 is and where the starting point of the FDEZ is. So by looking at it, we can see it's definitely, the FDEZ is much further down, and therefore I still think I probably should use the 3.9 recoil spring to start with. Yeah, so that's another comparison, you know. So because I think which length to use should be decided by the length here, right? Whether you have a long kind of space here or a narrow space here, because it doesn't really matter how long your barrel is. It matters is from here to here, how much space do you have, right? I think that makes sense. So let's try with 3.9. Anyhow, so this is the Norsol build for 3.9 carry, and this is the FDEZ. So side by side, how do I do that? Okay, since this has the FCU and I need to hold this together, let's do it this way. All right. Yep. About the same size, right? Yeah, so I would say from the appearance perspective, you can't really tell that, you know, there's a huge difference, and the only difference is your barrel is shorter with a compensator. So which one shoots better? We will see in the next video, or I might just concatenate. Actually, I will just produce 2 videos. So far, the opening experience is very good, and I'm so excited about having a integrated compensated, you know, do you still call it subcompact or to call it a carry? You decide. It's probably a carry because from the holster's perspective, this is a carry. Yeah, integrated compensated carry P320 is what we have here. This is awesome. All right, and let's see what else. Are these what these screws are these for red dots? Yeah, I think they're for red dot. So remove this guy. I haven't decided whether I want to install a red dot yet, because if I carry this gun for range toy, of course I would install a red dot just for fun. For carrying, I don't know. I haven't decided. Sometimes I feel the red dot is just it occupies too much space on my waist. Yeah. So now, question is, between the compact and this new carry, which one would I carry? So I think that is a question. I will probably still install this slide onto the carry onto the subcompact and carry the subcompact, because I don't really care about the 2 more rounds here, because 15 rounds should be able to get you well covered for any regular self-defense scenario. And I think 15 rounds plus 1, is more than enough for me. I love the small size and easy to carry. Yeah, the only thing is I will need to change holsters for sure. This is also mentioned by FDEZ. My previous holsters for the 3.6 compact subcompact will not work anymore because of the extended slide here, so I would need to go with a carry size of holster. So which means that if I do that, I don't know, probably the printing will not be too bad because of the shorter grip. So yeah, again, experiment will tell you everything. So I will carry both of these for some time and then see what fits me the best, and probably do with and without red dot and see. So, but I think I would want a compensated slide for self-defense. Yeah, we'll go from there. Well, thank you for watching, and FDEZ, if you are watching this, I think you did a really good job, and thank you for offering this product to the market. I'm excited, and I'm sure there are people out there that are excited as well, and hopefully this video help people and give people a good view, comparison with different kind of combinations and what they look like, and those kind of things. So yeah, more videos will follow. Thank you for watching. See you next time.